Hi, hello, it's your boy KP, and I am back already with another episode of The Kyle Petty Show, a podcast for Long Island theater. This time, I'm joined by my old friend SARAH BERGER, who will be starring as Meredith in Bat Boy at the Cultural Arts Playhouse over in Merrick from November 9th to December 1st. Happy to see that the production will be closed in time to observe the birth of the iconic living legend, Miss Britney Spears. All right, so good on you all for acknowledging that. We had a great time. It was really so much fun, like catching up with SARAH, because we go way back, way back. But before I share that conversation with you, I would love to remind you that I'm returning to CM Performing Arts Center at the Kyle Petty Show Live on January 4th, 2025. Ooh, live 5. That's fun. Let's work on getting lots of mileage out of that. Performers for that will be announced soon. And, toss me a vote for the Best of Long Island competition. I was nominated for Best Long Island Personality. I'm not going to win, but I wouldn't mind a vote or 2 or 3, 4. Help a guy out. Help a guy out. But that's it, I think, right? Those are all the updates. So yeah, let's get into this conversation with SARAH. Welcome back to the Kyle Petty Show, a podcast for Long Island theater. This time, I'm joined by my friend SARAH BERGER, who will be starring as Meredith in the Cultural Arts Playhouse's production of Bat Boy, running from November 9th to December 1st. Nice long run. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's super helpful. I don't know how many of you are familiar with CAP, Cultural Arts Playhouse. I do have a double, so I'm splitting the run. So
Yes.
there are 11 performances. I'm on for 6. And yeah.
Yeah, we'll be flashing those
Yeah.
dates on the screens when you can go see
Yes.
SARAH. But thank you so much for joining me, and it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in years.
I know. Well, you moved
Yeah,
to Indonesia, so
I know. I'm so far out. I don't go to
it
anything in Nassau County anymore because that feels like such a road trip.
is. It
It
is.
is. It truly, truly is. So for people who are not familiar with you, maybe they don't know who SARAH is, tell us some things and introduce yourself. I like to tell people, imagine this is like your read through and you're sitting around with your new cast for the first time. You're going around the table. What do you say to people?
Hey, so my name is SARAH. I am an Aquarius.
Hmm.
By day, I am a hairstylist, and in my spare time, I do community theater. The most fun fact that other people find about me is that I have a potbelly pig as a pet.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
You have a pot-bellied pig? That's so cute.
I do.
What do
He's a
you
good
have? A
boy.
little farm out back?
No, just a regular yard. One day.
Now, is this like an indoor pig? Like, does it
He's
go inside?
He's mostly indoor. He's just like one of my dogs. He, goes outside to use the bathroom and hang out when he wants to be out, but he
That
sleeps
is,
inside. Yeah.
I'm so obsessed with this. Let's ask
He's
more questions. So what is his name?
His name is Bakey.
That's actually really disrespectful. Like,
No, I didn't name him that. So
oh,
he's
okay.
a rescue, and he
Hmm.
came with the name Bacon. And I tried to unlearn that from him, but he knew his
Couldn't.
name, and so Bakey was the best that we can get from Bacon.
Okay. Oh, so you made it better. You made it better.
Yeah, I
All right, we
tried.
like that. I'm like, why didn't we go with Orson? Are you familiar with Orson the pig?
No, I'm actually
A
not.
lot of people are not, and it breaks my heart because it's a very fond like childhood memory, like for me.
Oh,
Do you remember Garfield? Of course, you
yeah.
remember Garfield. So back in the day, like in the '90s, there was that Saturday morning like cartoon, like Garfield and Friends, and the episode started with an episode of Garfield. Then you got U.S. Acres. Okay, U.S. Acres was Orson the pig and Wade that duck, and I think like Roy the rooster.
Wait! No, this is like, it's
It's
very
coming back, right? It's
familiar.
it's coming back,
That
right?
was really far back in there.
Yes, and you ended the episode with another Garfield.
Yes. Oh
Yes,
my God. As soon as you said Wade the duck, yeah, I was like,
Oh,
Wait.
oh wait. Yes. And if
Ooh.
you want to take a trip down memory lane with me, you can do so via Pluto TV. They have a channel dedicated to Garfield and Friends.
Oh my
And you can
God.
just watch an endless loop. Right. Your bedtimes just got that much more exciting. Like, I love putting on Garfield and Friends right before bed. And, like, who cares when you fall asleep? It's not like you're missing any major plot points or anything like that. It's the best. It is the
I'm
best.
totally gonna do this tonight to come down from the first night of Tech Week.
Yes. Excellent.
Oh
Yay.
yes.
I'm so glad. Oh, I'm
Oh my
glad. Good,
God.
good. Welcome. So that's what I would have liked to hear. That Bakey was named, right? Orson, the
That's a
pig.
really good name.
Okay, yeah. The pig. Um,
Yeah.
but all right, back to business. So you're in tech right now for Bat Boy. Now,
Yeah.
yes, you and I met at Cap, obviously. I have heard a lot about this show over the years. I know it's like Tony's favorite, or at least one of them. But I actually don't know anything about it, nor have I seen it. So tell me some things about Bat Boy. Like, what is it about, and what can people expect when they come down?
Okay, so it's best to go in with not too many expectations. It's
Okay.
extremely zany, definitely unhinged.
Zany.
It's based on a 1992 article from like the most outlandish tabloid called the Weekly World News, which the stories they reported were like pretty much all fake,
Hmm,
and
hmm.
like a waitress with three arms, a bat boy found in a cave, like,
Something like the
you know,
National Enquirer.
exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. So it was a story based on that, and the writers took it and went with it. It's composed by the same composer as Legally Blonde, so the music
Oh,
slaps.
I would imagine so.
It absolutely
Excellent.
slaps.
Okay, all right.
But the ultimate message is, a message of accepting differences and just love and acceptance in general. But it's a little spooky, freaky deaky,
Okay,
you
all
know?
right.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about your experience with this production. This is your first time doing Bat Boy?
No, it's not. I've done
No,
it
it's not.
before.
Okay. And in what roles then?
I understudied a production many, many years ago, and then I did a production at college. And both those I played Shelley, who is the daughter in the
Okay.
family that the show is like centered around.
Okay.
And now I'm playing Meredith, the mother. So it's
Mm.
very different.
Okay. So what made you want to play Meredith after having that prior experience?
Um, her journey in the show is like there's a big twist involved. She's your typical housewife with a big old secret.
Mm,
And the person who she is very, very close to who I am. Like, she will take in any animal off the street. Like,
mm.
she is just like a mother to all she meets. And that's kind of like how I feel. And I've always also wanted to play her for, the belting reasons.
Ah, okay.
There is a lot of belting.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, great. What do you find like the most rewarding or challenging part of playing this role so far? Even though it hasn't opened, like, what are you loving about it?
Okay, so this is like a really sweet little interesting story. One of the young ladies that plays my double, not my double, I mean my daughter,
Mhm.
Shelly, I recently just made her officially my work daughter as
Mm.
well. I hired her. She's my apprentice at the salon now. So
Oh.
that's been like really like the most rewarding thing about this process, not so much
Mhm.
about the role.
Right.
About the role is like I just in the moments where Meredith, she adopts the Bat Boy, she takes him um in the moments where she is like loving on him, like it just brings me back to like every animal that I have saved or have helped save or placed in homes I've
Mm.
fostered. I've done all of that. So like it's just really been cool to have the opportunity to like act out like something that's so real to me in front of an audience. I
Mhm.
don't know.
No,
Yeah.
that's not corny at all, because it really resonates with you. We enjoy singing
Yeah.
this music, and the character herself, like, actually means something to you, and I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like
Yeah.
it's a role that's perfect for you. I think that's wonderful.
you.
Would you say that maybe being that related to the character could also be a challenge, or do you think it makes it a little easier for you to play her?
I think a little bit of both because in a few moments have needed to not be as emotional as I want to be. Which, you know,
No, that's interesting too.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's a challenge in itself, sure.
yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite moment in the show?
Oh, there is a great scene where my character is teaching the bat boy how to be more of a boy and less of a bat.
Mm,
And I fully have to like teach him to speak, stand, read, sing, dance, all of that. And it's just
everything.
such like it's a hilarious little like segment with a full-blown musical number that starts as he's like a grunting like and at the end he speaks with a perfect British accent.
What was he
And
like again?
you know I don't know. I don't know.
I just wanted to see if you would do it again. Some people I'm like, "Oh, do that one more time." They're like, "No, I'm not doing that again. You got it once and that's it." So thanks for being a good sport.
you know
Awesome. It makes me like excited to come see it. Like it's such a trip. I'll have to find somebody who can split the ride with me. Like the last time I went to Cap Merrick, like we met in Oakdale. Actually, we met at the CM
Right.
parking lot, and then went the rest of the way. I'll have to see if I can get somebody to do that with me again because like I'm so just curious about it because again I've heard about it for years and years,
It's
and just never had the
it's
opportunity.
so odd. It is like the weirdest piece of theater. But it like really does make you feel everything. Like it is so out there with some of like of what the plot of what actually happens to these people.
Mhm.
But then like just the ultimate message is like it does like really tug on your heart by the end a little
Hmm.
bit.
I
Yeah.
like that. Who's directing this production, by the way?
Shiloh Bennett.
Oh, I had the
Yeah.
pleasure of meeting him a few months ago, and I had heard so much about him as a performer and as a creative that like I felt like a little starstruck.
He's
So I'm super,
lovely.
yeah, that
He's
makes me super
lovely.
excited too.
Yeah.
Is he also music directing? 'Cause I know that he kind of wears two
Yes.
hats, so he's doing all of that. He's not in it
Mhm.
too, is he? Please
No,
tell me he's
he's
not.
not. Well, actually, no, wait, I am wrong.
Oh no.
He's covering a role, I think, on closing weekend.
Oh, okay. But like
Yeah,
just for a weekend, like
I
it's not a
think so.
bona fide split.
No,
Okay. I'm
no,
like, if
he's just
that is
covering.
an awful lot, that's really cool. The Great South Baking Company is here to take care of all of your baking needs this holiday season. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and they've got a number of different options that are available to you this season. If pies are your thing, you can choose from apple, pecan, or shoe fly. They've also got cookies up for grabs by way of chocolate chip, ginger molasses, or butter. They've even got a crumb cake on the menu this season. Now, Thanksgiving delivery is guaranteed as long as you place your order by November 21st. Deliveries will be made on November 26th, giving you a very quick turnaround with fresh goodies. You can place your order by DMing the Great South Baking Company on Instagram at Great South Baking, and somebody will promptly get back to you. Happy snacking! What is what's your favorite theater experience? And can you even like list one?
That of all like the little like heads up questions you sent me, that's
Mhm.
really the hardest one.
Or maybe your top
But I
3. How about that?
three. That's okay.
Is that
So I
worse?
I really beat myself up all morning about this, and I think I have to say sideshow.
Mm.
Yeah, because
And well, why did you beat yourself up about it first?
well, I'm not like beat myself up. I just like literally ran through all 796 productions I've done,
Mm.
and like as I thought of everything I've done, each one was my favorite.
Ah.
So
So
like
this is
I
a
was
really
looking
hard
at
one.
pictures from our spelling bee this morning
Ugh.
because like that came up on Facebook Memories today. It was like Tech
Yeah.
Week. like 8
Oh,
years ago or
wow. Yeah.
whenever. Yeah, and I was like, "That was so fun." Like, I loved being
Yeah.
Logan. Like,
We had a lot of good times back then. But those are the only 2 shows we did together, right? It was Spelling Bee and Hair? Was there something else?
I think that's it.
That's a disgrace.
I know.
Yeah. Speaking of things, do you remember that horrible, horrible place that we went when we were looking for costumes for Hair? Didn't they eventually shut that place down?
They did. It was fully rated by, like, police and the animal humane welfare, everything. Like,
Oh.
it was I was hoping that you were gonna bring up that story.
Yeah, that was a really, really,
You
that
were
was a really
freaking out
weird
before we even
experience.
made it inside the building,
Well, yes, because it didn't look right, like, immediately. Like, it was
and the
essentially
parrots
like
were screaming at us to go away.
yes, like, they didn't want us there any more than we really wanted to be there, but, like, we knew we had to buy what we were there for, like, army costumes or something? Is that
Yeah,
why
they
we
said
went?
that they had, like, it was like an army thrift kind of,
Mhm,
like, place, and we were like, "That's perfect," and
mhm.
we we made it 3 feet inside.
Yes, I remember swinging that door open and, like, just the stink, right? Oh my gosh, like, it was horrible, and I remember walking through just a couple of aisles because we really I think we were maybe there 5 minutes, like, maybe, and, like, because I just remember seeing animals in very unfortunate situations, like, in cages and, like, up on remember that? Like, just up above, and
The
it's like, "How is this"
ceiling,
yes,
the
I was like, "How is this
ceiling.
allowed?" Um, and clearly it wasn't, they were rated.
Thank God, and I think that it was something crazy, like, over 300 parrots were, like, seized, like, really, like, rare tropical, like, birds that should
Oh my
not be
gosh.
kept, like
No, no. Didn't Caitlin, like, buy something too?
she did, she went all the way in, I think
Yes. So I remember,
she
like,
was
even just thinking about the clothes, like, they must have, like, really stunk. Like yeah. Where was
I
that,
think she
Huntington?
bought, like, some pins. Yeah, it was, like, in Huntington on, it was off of Jericho Turnpike.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is, like, your favorite or funniest, rather, like, on-stage moment?
Okay, so this happened when I did Tommy. I think it was like 2017 or 18. I
Mm.
was going on for Mrs. Walker. And in Mrs. Walker's first number, she's, with her little boy and they're playing, and he jumps up onto her back and she gives him like a piggyback ride around the stage from downstage to upstage, then up a flight of stairs, upstage, whatever. So I pick up little Josh Amy. He was like 6 or something at the time. And he jumps on my back, and with his shoes, he pulls up the entire back of my dress,
It's
like
like,
up to like my
excellent.
waist.
No.
And I had no idea. And I just hear people gasping. And
And you're like,
I thought,
"What's
like,
going on?"
I was like, is he falling down? Like, I'm about to walk up this flight of stairs. Like, am I gonna like injure somebody's child? Whatever. No. So we make it up the stairs. And I just hear every like laughing, this and that, and it's like it's a cute little moment, but it's not a funny moment. It's not a
Right.
scary moment. Like like I just was
Right.
very confused about the reaction that was going on. So I go off stage, and my castmate who is playing my lover comes up to me backstage, and he's like, "Well, after that, Cap's gonna need to raise their ticket prices."
And you're like, "Why?"
I was like, "Was it good?" Like I was like, "Was
Wow,
he?"
like, we were really fantastic, we crushed it.
And no, it turns out my whole butt was out, and I couldn't feel it because I was wearing tights, but I was wearing like a nude thong underwear.
Oh,
And yeah,
oh my
and
god.
it was recorded, so I do have that on video.
That was my next question.
Hmm.
Of course it was recorded. Of
Well,
course
I
it
was
was.
I was an understudy, and I only had 2 performances, so
Well,
yeah.
of course they taped it because who wouldn't want a copy of their performance after they put all that work in? And how dare you not come prepared with a clip of this for me to put in here?
I could could barely prepare my technology to get onto this thing.
It's also true.
Like,
We had some struggles beforehand, and that is
so
okay.
don't be greedy.
That's all right. This is your chance to win because let's do your two truths and a lie.
Okay.
I am famously not good at this. I usually lose. So, what do you have for me?
Okay. Both of my parents are twins.
Both parents are twins. Okay.
I'm a twin,
Mm, okay.
and my twin and I are adopted.
Huh.
My brother and I are adopted.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, number one, both of your parents are twins. Number two, you are a twin. And then three, you and your brother were both adopted. I am going to say, based on that, because I feel like two and three are somewhat related, which is making me feel like there could be some truth in that. So I'm going to go with the lie being number one. Your parents are not both twins. So, what is the lie?
Me and my brother are not twins.
You're not twins. Oh, so that means you both were then adopted.
Yes.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Hmm.
that. All right, cool.
Everybody thinks it's so interesting that like my mom's a twin and my dad's a twin. And
Right.
like
I just
if they
figured the odds
were,
of that didn't seem
yeah,
likely. Yeah.
if they were to have their own like biological children, like my brother and I would be absolutely screwed. Like I would be the next Octomom.
Octobon. All right. So what's next for you in theater? Or do you even have your eyes on anything?
Not right now.
Hmm.
I tend to try to really do only one or two things a year, and this is my second production this year. So or third, I don't know.
Mm,
My man and my animals, I think, will kill me if I dive right into something else right now. I need to be home a little
yeah.
bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
So where can people find you on social media to kind of keep up with your upcoming projects and things like that?
Instagram, I am the Blase Blonde, the BLASEBLONDE. And there you can see just my day to day, some hair stuff, lots of pig pictures, all the pig content that one can desire. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
The Blase Blonde.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking time just to hang out with us today, especially in the middle of
Bliss.
the day. So, thank you so much for that. It was so wonderful to see your smiling face after all these years.
I
It's been so
know, I miss
long.
you.
I miss you too. This is really, really great. So happy that we were able to work this one out. So, thanks.
Yes, me too. I really
Yes,
appreciate it. And
of
I hope some
course.
people come see Bat Boy because it's
Yeah.
really fun. And we serve cocktails. So that's
What
always
more do
good.
you want? Thank you again to Sarah for hanging out with me here on The Kyle Petty Show. Again, you can catch her as Meredith in the Cultural Arts Playhouse's production of Fat Boy, opening November 9th and running until December 1st. Thank you as well to our new sponsors, the Great South Baking Company. Get your orders in by the 21st to ensure your Thanksgiving delivery. Again, tickets are on sale for the Kyle Petty Show live, Jan 4, 2025. So happy we discovered that. And yeah, toss me a vote. Best of Long Island. Best Long Island personality. So many things for you to do. All right, so get busy. But thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this project, and thank you for supporting Long Island Theater. We're out here, at least until next time. Yeah. All right, bye.